Hey parents, Pastor Mark here from Velocity. I wanted to send you guys a video update just to talk a little bit about our plans for Velocity moving forward in light of new government restrictions and things like that. First of all, I just want to say, it comes down to a question of how valuable do we think your students' time on Wednesday nights here at Velocity is? Is it the same as going to, a high school sports game? Is it the same as going to a frat party? Honestly, and I know I'm biased about this, but I believe being connected to a student ministry for your students is vitally important to their spiritual development. I believe this isn't something that, we can just decide on a whim. Oh, we might as well not do it. Obviously, our church is investing in this because we believe having the kids here is vitally important. So one of the things we're planning on doing, we're planning on going ahead with Velocity this week, this Wednesday, but we're making quite a few changes. We also, as much as we believe this is vitally important, just like museums and libraries staying open, we're kind of following them. And if those things close as well, we'll have that conversation at that point. But we believe this is important. So we're going to make some changes to how we do Velocity. Namely, we're going to try to cut out just free time or interactive time as much as we can, because we looked at the scope of Velocity. Keith and I were talking about this. Keith is our executive pastor. And we said, what do we believe is absolutely necessary to provide? And we looked at it as having the kids gather and worship together and having them hear from God's word, connecting with God's word at Velocity. So what we're planning on doing is we're not going to open the doors until 6:45. Instead of, we normally open them at 6. We'll open them at 6:45, which gives students 15 minutes to go use the bathroom and then go straight to where they're meeting, which this week our junior hires have Velocity, so they'll be in the attic, and our high schoolers have their small groups. So this week, when they come in, we'll take their temperature, get them checked in, and then send them straight to whatever room they'll be meeting. Okay, there won't be as much hangout time beforehand. We're also only going to run Velocity from 7 to 8 o'clock. Normally, we do it for an hour and a half, and we leave time in there, for games, silly games, kids coming up front. But again, we're trying to focus on what we believe is absolutely necessary to the spiritual development of your kids. So we're cutting out, any active games, anything like that, and we're going to just focus on worship together and the message. And for small groups, this will mean they're going to focus on watching the teaching, the video, and then discussing it and praying together. We're going to eliminate the games in the small groups as well. And some of you, you may be all over the fence on our decisions here, but the way we're looking at this is student ministry is a vitally important part of your students' development. Obviously, I believe that. That's why I do what I do. But also, we don't want to be irresponsible. We don't want to be foolish. And we recognize that playing dodgeball with 50 kids in the middle of a pandemic is foolish. But if we can gather together, keep the kids socially distanced, have the kids wear a mask, which they've been great about doing, and still provide a teaching and a worship time for them, then we're going to continue to do that. Obviously, if you're not comfortable sending your student, obviously keep them home. No one will judge you. There's no judgment. We're going to be working on doing some Facebook live streaming for Velocity on Wednesday nights, so students can still engage with the message in that way and worship in that way. But again, we believe this is an essential service, having your students connect with God's word and connect in worship, once a week. So as long as possible, we're going to continue to do that. And if the time does come that Governor Whitmer or Governor DeWine make the decision to close libraries and museums, like I said, we're following their lead. So if the time comes where they close those, then we'll make other decisions. But again, just to recap, doors will not be open, meaning they will not be unlocked until 6:45. So please don't drop your student off before then. And then we'll only be going until 8 o'clock. And as soon as we're done at 8 o'clock, we're going to send all the kids outside. They will not be allowed to hang out inside the church. So please plan on being here right at 8 o'clock to pick them up when Velocity is over. Okay? We're doing the best we can. We're trying to pivot the best we can, all alongside partnering with you to develop your students, your kids, into passionate followers of Jesus. So thank you. Thank you for the time checking out this video. And again, whether your student comes or not, we love you, we care for your family, and we are here for you here at Crossroads Church. All right. We love you guys. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.